Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share some baby essentials that helped me raise my first baby in ways that were convenient. Obviously, babies really just need a safe place to sleep, a roof over their head, and some food. So I'm just going to list some things that were helpful for us with raising our baby, and yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I think is most essential thing is a crib. So the crib that we got is a convertible crib which goes up with the baby, so it's a crib that you can move the mattress different levels, so when they're like a newborn and they can't really like sit up or stand up or crawl or anything, you have at the highest setting, and then you can start moving it down once the baby can crawl and walk around so it doesn't fall out or she doesn't fall out. The brand that we got was Dada Soho 3-in-1 convertible crib. So later on, when he's able to walk and get out of bed, we can transition it to the toddler crib and take off one of the sides, and he can get in and out of bed whenever he pleases. But this is the one that I really liked aesthetic wise, and yeah, it's really good quality. I really like it. Next thing is obviously a mattress. As a first-time parent, you just get worried about every single little thing. So we went with a Newton mattress, which is a breathable mattress. We got 2 mattress covers, so just in case like one gets really dirty, we could put the other one on while the other one's washing. And honestly, it's been such a, how would you say, like it's given us so much, I guess, relief, because he sleeps on his stomach. Sometimes he's like face down, like planted into the mattress. So knowing that the mattress is breathable releases a lot of anxiety, you know? Or worry, I guess you should say, about him being able to breathe or not. And I have put my face against it and I could totally breathe just fine. And then along with the mattress covers, we did get a waterproof one, so when he's potty training and still learning how to control his bladder, we could put the waterproof one. Along with that, also like mattress sheets. We have, I think, 3, which I think is the perfect amount. You don't need a lot of stuff, just in case like you have 2 that are dirty but you're not ready to wash it, you still have an extra one. Before, we had put him into the crib at about, I think, I want to say 4 or 5 months, maybe even a little bit earlier. We did have a bassinet, and the bassinet we used was the Halo Bassinet Luxe series. It was great and everything, great quality. It has a little like sound machine, it vibrates. One side of the bassinet, you can it moves down, you can unlock it and lock it. So in the middle of the night when he was a newborn and I was breastfeeding, it was really, really easy to just, turn over, grab him, and then feed him. And also it swiveled, which I really, really enjoyed. Since it was so close to the bed, it was hard for me to get in and out a little bit, so I was able to swivel him and move him over to give me room to get in and out, which I think was perfect. And if he was sleeping in the room by himself for his naps, I was able to position him where the camera was and I'd be able to see him perfectly. Honestly, he did not like the bassinet, I think because it was too hard, but that's the safest way for babies to sleep, and that's what's recommended for babies, to sleep on a hard surface. I am gonna use it for this next baby as well. I just hope they like it, because it was pretty pricey, but it is really great quality, and I know I wanted something that was great quality because I wanted something that would last, because we're going to use it for all of our kids that we have. The next thing I want to talk about is the baby camera. Oh my goodness. I love our baby camera. It is amazing. We decided, sorry, I'm out of breath because, pregnancy. But the baby camera that was gifted to us was, sorry, I'm looking down at my notes. The Infant Optics DXR8 Pro. The reason why we chose this camera, well, first of all, my sister and then my husband's sister also use this camera, so we've heard great things about it. But it was very important that our camera was not connected to Wi-Fi, because I've heard some horror stories of people like hacking into the camera, your camera system, and connecting to it, and then talking to people's babies, and I'm just like, no thanks. And also, we sleep in the same room, so if we're ever changing there, I don't want someone to be looking at us while we're changing. So I really, really love this camera because it is Bluetooth connected. Some people might not like it because the camera is Bluetooth, so it can only reach a certain amount, but he's a little ways across the house and the camera's working just fine. I can see him right here. You could zoom in closer, you can move the camera up and down, side to side. You could talk to the camera. We don't really use a talking thing because there's no reason to talk to him. You could change the brightness, and I mean, those are all the settings that we've really used, so I really, really love our baby camera. So another thing that really has helped us a lot is a white noise machine. So our white noise machine is nothing fancy. It was actually a hand-me-down from one of our coworkers, and he gave it to us, and it has a couple different like sounds and stuff, which I really, really, really like. But our baby only really listens to the ocean waves, which I literally cannot sleep without now. It is so soothing, and it's a really great noise machine. I'll put a picture right here and link it. I know I've seen it at Target, I just don't know what it's called. And it also has like what's it called, like a projector. So there's, I don't know what the pictures are, but there's 3 little things. So when he was younger, he really enjoyed like looking at it. Now I don't do it so much, just because when he sleeps in bed, it's just mainly to sleep, and he goes to sleep right away by himself. There's a couple cool features on there, and you can turn the volume up and down as low or loud as you want. But we have accidentally not turned it on a couple times when he goes to sleep, and he's fine without it. So I think the main thing that we use it for is to drown out any sound around the room. Another item that I really liked was this swing that we got. It is the GracoSoothe My Way Swing with removable rocker. So a lot of things that I chose were things that he could grow with or were versatile. I don't want anything to just be used for one thing. I wouldn't say it's necessary because some babies really, really don't like it, but it was helpful for me in the beginning when I had to do homework or do things around the house or take a shower. I could just set him in there. There was a couple different motions that it would do, and there was a particular one that he really, really enjoyed, and there was even a couple times he actually fell asleep in it, which I know is not safe, but I was always right there with him, watching him. I never left him unattended, which you should never do. And it buckled him in. And oh, another thing why I chose this one was because, let's say for some reason I needed to detach him and move him, which we did a couple times. I was able to move him anywhere around the house easily. But even like the whole, I guess, machine thing, it was pretty light to move around. So I really like that one. Not necessary, but helpful. Very, very helpful. I'm definitely going to use it again for our next baby. Another big thing is a changing table. We personally did not specifically buy a changing table, just because I feel with changing tables, they upcharge, you know, for all the different compartments and for the changing pad to sit in. So we actually went with an IKEA dresser, which matches our other current IKEA dresser. So when he gets older and he needs a bigger dresser, we could just take that and use it with the rest of our furniture, or vice versa, whichever. Yeah, we got the Song Sand 3-drawer chest, so it's literally just a little dresser, and it just has 3 big drawers. And with that, I did buy compartment boxes from IKEA as well. They're called Scoob, and I think that was 3 different sizes and 2 of each of them. So there was 6 different boxes, and I've only used a couple. I still have a bunch left over because we bought, I think, like 2 or 3 packs, and I even use them. But if I can, I will show you how I have everything organized, and it's worked for us from newborn all the way to almost a whole year. And over here I have some onesies that he can wear, and then all the basic white onesies, socks and bibs, diapers, and then wipies, and then Aquaphor, nail clipper. Don't really use that nail sucker, Desitin. Before I was able to stand these up and they fit. Now since he's in size 3, they gotta lay down. And in the second drawer, he has just other clothes for outings. And these are like jumpsuits almost. And then pants or shorts. And then a couple bigger clothes, and then some trunks. And then his towels. We'll have 3 here. There's more here and back there. We'll only really use these 3. His swim towel, and then some washcloths. And in the last drawer, I have his monthly picture, blanket, his crib sheets, a car seat cover, extra blankets, extra swaddles. You could use them as regular blankets, but we just don't use them. And then over here he has the extra changing pad cover, and then we'll have some liners right here. But yeah, and then shoes. That's about it. That's all we have in this drawer. It's perfect size for us. We have his laundry hamper, the changing pad. This is the changing pad cover, and then the liner that I was talking about. So this kind of protects this from getting dirty. So we wash these more often. We have like 6 of these. And then this we don't wash as often because we only have 2, and you only really need 2. And then the Ubi trash can, and then just some lotions right there. It's just very convenient to just get any regular dresser that you like. Just make sure if you get it and you're using it as a changing table to make sure your changing pad does fit on there. We checked our measurements for the changing pad and made sure that it fit on this thing. It fits like perfectly. There's no extra room really, but it worked. It's been working for us for this whole year. So there's that. The changing pad that we got was 3 edges, which I really like, and I really recommend, because now that he's getting a little bit older, he kind of like scoots himself back and moves around a lot, and I've noticed that if I have his head not along the 3rd edge, he kind of slides off. And I know you could buckle him in, but I just don't use it. So when he is on the correct side, he isn't able to slide off. So that's what I really like, and it's the Colgate mattress. That's just the brand it is. I got it from Buybuy Baby. Along with the changing pad, I do recommend getting a changing pad cover. We got 2 of them, so that when one's dirty, the other one can be washing. It doesn't really get that dirty, because we also use changing pad liners, which we put on top of the changing pad cover. I don't know, it's really helpful. He's gotten, you know, a couple stains on some of the changing pad liners, so that the changing pad cover doesn't get as dirty. And then I just bought 2 3-packs from Buybuy Baby as well, and yeah, so I just changed the liner. It's like a little oval thing, and I just, you know, change it out instead of changing the whole cover on the changing pad. Oh my gosh, this is another big item that I really recommend. I really recommend the Ubi diaper pail. It is one of the few diaper pails that doesn't require special bags to purchase. Those bags can get really expensive, and I was kind of teeter-tottering between getting ones that do have specific bags because I didn't want the smell to get everywhere. Ubi, since it's steel, like none of the smell comes out, only when you open it just briefly, but that's just like any trash can. You know, you're not gonna be able to help that really, but you will save so much money just getting this one because it doesn't require the special bags. And it also, like, I guess when he's older, hopefully he's out of diapers at this time when he's like 2 or 3, but it can lock, and yeah, it's really easy to change the trash bags. So the trash bags that we use for our regular kitchen trash, we use for his diaper, and we get the big pack at Costco, so they last a really long time. Another thing that I really enjoy is his bathtub that we got. It's the OXO Tot Splash Tub. It collapses, so when you could store it away and it's not just bulky and just hanging out everywhere. It collapses, it hangs. There's like a hook to hang it, so when it needs to dry, you can let it dry. And then it's really easy to clean, and it also grows with the baby. So we used it since the day we first took him a bath, and we still use it now. And one side is a little bit more declined, and the other side's a little more inclined, so that when he's, I guess, like a toddler and I want him to sit up more, he's able to sit in it. For us, I just didn't want to bathe him in our bathtub because, I don't know, cleaning it, and especially not being pregnant, I can't clean it as often as I would like. Yeah, I would have to clean the tub every single time he would want to take a bath, so having this portable one is so convenient. And we actually put it over our sink. There's like a flap that you can just like take off, and I just let it drain into the sink, and it's so easy. Only thing that might be a little bit difficult is filling it up. I fill it up in our bathtub and put it to the sink. So my husband helped me a lot in the beginning, just because when I was recovering and all that. Now that I'm pregnant, I need his help a little bit more now, but I'm still able to do it. It's fine. I don't really fill it up that much because he splashes a lot, so it's not very high, and you shouldn't probably do it really high because drowning hazard. And we're gonna use it for all of our babies, and he can use it for a long time. So along with like bath stuff, obviously shampoos, towels, washcloths, lotion, diaper rash cream. There's only really 3 towels that we use, and that's all you really need. And washcloths, we bought, I think, a 10-pack, and I think that was perfect for us because when it was the winter time, I could put one on his body to cover him, and then I could use the other one to kind of wash his whole body. Now he just really just uses one. Honestly, you don't need as much as you think. Now on to like baby feeding and all that. We did get a bottle sterilizer. We got the Baby Breeza Advance, which sterilizes and dries. It was important for us that the sterilizer dried it, because if it doesn't completely dry and it just sits there and you put bottles away or whatever, all your pumping machine stuff, it can grow bacteria. So it was very important that the sterilizer dried the bottles or whatever else you need to put in there. And also, one tip, in case you don't know this, you do have to wash the bottles before you put in the sterilizer. The sterilizer just makes sure it sterilizes it. Along with the sterilizer, we did get a drying rack. It's the OXO Tot drying rack. I really like this one because it's easy to clean. I didn't want the grass one because, I don't know, I never used it, and I might be wrong, but it kind of seemed like it would be difficult to clean. But I really like this rack, and it doesn't take as much counter space, which is very important to us as well, because we have limited counter space, especially now. It's like this big, and it's kind of not tall, but it's a good height. And it has like compartments up top to put like your little things, and then stuff that can actually hang. Along with that, we did get a Dr. Brown's Deluxe Warmer and Sterilizer. So some people say you don't need a warmer, and honestly we tried both. When we first had him, we warmed up his milk slightly with like a hot pot of water, but when you're not sleeping well, you just want something that's really quick. And the sterilizer that we have does from like, I think, room temperature to milk that's coming out of the fridge and milk that's coming out of the freezer, and it has like different settings. And we can also sterilize things in there, which is actually kind of nice. We used it a couple times, but since we already had our other sterilizer, we didn't really use it. And didn't want to give him super warm milk because I didn't want him to get used to it. And honestly, they don't really care. But we did want to give him at least room temperature milk. So if it was in the fridge, I like to put it in there for like a minute or so, and it was just quick and easy to get done. So I really like the bottle warmer. Not necessary, but convenient for us. So I used a breast pump as well. The one that I used was the Spectra S2 Plus. It is the blue one. There's a pink and a blue one. And I was researching, and the blue one, like, more portable, you can like unplug it. It doesn't have to be plugged into the wall at all times. I think it's quieter than the other one. Definitely gonna use it again for the next baby. And I actually was able to get it through my insurance. So make sure that you check through your insurance to see which ones you can qualify for, or even there's some that you qualify for but still have to pay a little extra, which is better than paying full price for it. I really only pumped at home because I was home for my whole breastfeeding journey with him, and I really liked it. It also has a little light on it, which I was able to use when I was feeding him in the middle of the night and didn't want to turn on every single light to fully wake us both up. There's different settings for like how hard it suctions. I forget, but it's a really good breast pump and I highly recommend it. Along with these feeding things, the Hakka, I cannot begin to explain. The Hakka was one of the best things that I used for my breastfeeding journey. So when you feed on one side, your other side starts to leak. And honestly, a lot of the milk that I got in the Hakka became part of my milk stash. It's just great. And there's some that like suction to the table. There's some with like a stopper, and I think I've seen some now with like actual lids. So it doesn't spill. I have knocked it down a couple times and it kind of broke my heart a little, not gonna lie. But I did learn a trick, and it says to have a cup, and then when you fill it up, you could just put the whole Hakka in the cup so it doesn't tip over or anything. So I think I'm gonna try that this next time. But the Hakka is a lifesaver. Honestly, I love it. I can't rave more about it. Also, breast milk storage bags. That's what I used to store his leftover milk. There was some that I would keep in the fridge, and there was some that I would need to freeze. There's a certain amount of time that you can leave milk in the fridge for. I use the Laneige, I don't know how to pronounce it, but here it is. And also the bottles that we used are the Dr. Brown bottles, just the regular long skinny nipple ones. He likes them, he still uses them, and I think they're perfect. They don't leak. You could change out the nipple as they get older and need bigger nipples. So along with like breastfeeding and all that, I did have the Boppy. Well, I do have the Boppy and the Breast Friend. The Breast Friend, it kind of attaches around onto you and it clips onto you, and it's a little bit more firm. I liked it because it was stuck onto you, so if you need to like move around a little bit or get adjusted, it wouldn't move around and the baby could just sit there. And I did a lot of football, so when I had him on there, I did have to tuck a pillow on the side with the Breast Friend. So I used it a couple times and I liked it for the aspect of it buckling onto you and him not falling through. I really like the Boppy. If you're gonna get one of them, I do suggest the Boppy, honestly. It also grows with them, so use it for breastfeeding, for tummy time, when they're learning how to sit. There's another thing, but I forgot. Yeah, with the Breast Friend, I just had the one cover, and then the Boppy, I had one cover, but I wish I kind of had two, just because when I needed to wash it, I wish I had an extra one. But this time I will get another one. And I also got a water resistant cover. So you have your Boppy, and then I put the water resistant, and then I put the actual cover on top with the design on everything. Burp Cloths. We do have some Burp Cloths that we put on our registry and that we got gifted to us. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I really liked the ones that we were using at the hospital. They were a good size. They're probably like this size. I don't know, but they're perfect size, and he did spit up a lot, so I was able to use different parts of it and not use the same like drenched part over and over again, as opposed to like the littler ones. I really like the hospital ones a lot better. Diaper bag, honestly, we didn't get anything really special. We have I think it's a Herschel. Honestly, I think any backpack would work. The first one we got, I think, broke. It was a good quality one too, and it broke within like the first couple months. I want to say like 2 or 3 months, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna return this and get a new one because this is not working out. But we did make sure that the backpack had supportive straps, because you're gonna be wearing it quite often. I mean, we put it under the stroller. And also I did like the different compartments on it. 2 side pockets, 1 front pocket, and then the big pocket. There's like a back one for like the changing pad when you're like out and about. The big pocket, there's like 4 little compartments. We put diapers and then wipies, and we actually got a little like storage bag to put a pair of clothes, socks, bibs, hat, you know, one of everything, just in case he had an explosion out and about. But yeah, I really like this backpack that we have. It's sturdy, works great, adjustable straps, padded straps, all of the above. Another versatile item that we got was the high chair. So we got the Graco made to grow 6-in-1 high chair. It has like a newborn insert almost, so he used it when he was a little bit younger, and then you could take it off. You can adjust the strap height as well, and then it changes into like a stool almost that you use like at restaurants. There's an attachment to it for the tabletop, and it has different compartments, and then one that's just flat. It kind of folds a little bit, so it condenses a little bit, which I really like. And it has wheels. It's easy to clean. I just take the cover off and throw it in the washer. The stroller that we got was a hand-me-down. We got the Buybuy Baby stroller. It's a little bit old, not gonna lie, but it has helped us transport him here and there, and it's been working for us. But the new Buybuy Baby strollers, I really want one because we plan on having multiple children. So with that one, it's a regular stroller, but you can have 2 children on it, and it's still like the same size, so it's not like a double stroller where it's super like bulky. So I highly suggest investing in a good stroller if you plan on having multiple children, and also just in general, just investing in everyday things like the sterilizer. You know, the first one that we got was a hand-me-down as well, and it broke down. It was great. It was the other version of the one that we currently have, and it worked for us for a while, but it did break, so we ended up having to buy a new one. And then now same thing with the stroller. It's really outdated. One of the wheels fell off the other day. I'm ready to get an updated stroller because, you know, we use it every day, almost every day, and then we're gonna use it for all of our children. So highly suggest just investing in a good stroller if you plan on having multiple children. The baby carrier, honestly, not necessary. I don't know. Our baby runs hot, so having him in there, at least now, is not really convenient. We have the Ergo Baby Omni 360. It's very sturdy, and it's breathable, the one that we got. And it also grows with the baby. But since he gets really hot, we don't really baby wear. But I think when they're younger, I think it's important to baby wear, and it's easier to actually get things done because sometimes they don't want to be in the swing or, you know, left here and there. They want to be with you and be held. So baby wearing, I think, is great. We also have the Moby Wrap, which is a lot of work to like try to figure it out, but once you get it down, you got it, and it's super comfy and it's lightweight. I did actually, from the hospital, when he was really tiny, they gave me like this like almost like bandeau that I wore. It's literally like a tube top, and I just put it on. I put him in there, and we just laid there, sat here on the couch, and we were good to go. Swaddles. Most babies do love to be swaddled just because they're used to, you know, being, I guess, kind of like compressed in a way because they're in your belly, you know, they come out in this world. They just want to feel that security. So there was some like cute, I think it's the brand is Aden and Anais swaddles. I'll put a picture right here if I can find one. But as he was able to move around more and wiggle around more, he was able to unwrap it some way, which is very dangerous. But luckily we were constantly watching him and were able to fix it right away. But honestly, I really liked the hospital swaddles. Those were very sturdy. I mean, he can only use it up to a certain point because he was getting too big for him, but they're very sturdy, thick, and I really liked them. It was harder for him to get out of those than the other cute ones. I don't know, they're not going to be in it that long, so yeah, for a picture you could probably get a cute one, but I don't think it's necessary. Definitely will not be buying any more swaddles for our next baby. Once our baby was able to kind of wiggle out and untie it, no matter as tight as we did it, we tried different methods, it would come loose. But we invested in a Velcro one, which I really liked. And it also had like a weight on his chest, so it kind of felt like I had my hand on there and I think that comforted him a lot. Now, as an almost 1-year-old, he does use kind of like a swaddle sort of thing. Like I said, he gets hot, so it's a strapless one that just buttons up here and it zips. So easy diaper changes in the night if we have to, and it does have a weight on there as well. Honestly, he does sleep better with it than without it. Okay, for the car, we did end up getting a mirror for the car. I did buy the camera that goes in the car. But once we got it, I didn't realize there'd be so many cords, and I didn't want that around the car. And then also, me personally, I don't like to leave anything in the car because that's just like a sign for people to be like, hey, I have stuff in here, come break into my car. Personally, that's what I think. So having a camera in there, I didn't want to detach it all the time and unplug it and move it in and out. So just having the mirror in there is just so much easier, and I could still see him well. You know, it's totally fine. And plus he likes to look at himself. Multi-use covers, the ones that you could use for the car seat, or you could use for like breastfeeding, or even if, you know, you want to cover him up a little bit. I highly recommend these car seat covers. I still use it for him, especially for the winter time. Or even the sun, like you get lightweight ones and you could block the sun from their eyes and all that. We have 3 of them, and I just alternate between 2 really. I have one in our diaper bag just in case. A safety kit that comes with nail clippers, nail files, what other things are in there? Thermometer, I think there was a hairbrush in there, and some other things I forgot. Oh, and a nose sucker. So I don't really like those ones with the bulb that you kind of like suction. Okay, so I tried 2. I tried the manual, the Frito, where you like, it's like a tube and you kind of like suck it with your mouth. I know it sounds gross, but there's a filter and it doesn't get in you, trust me. So I like that. I used that in the beginning because that was the one that we had. I would be so close to getting a booger and I'd run out of breath, and then I'd be like, oh shoot, so close, I had to do it again, you know. So I highly recommend the electric nose sucker. We got ours from Groansy. I know Frida Baby also has one too. The one that we have, it does have 3 different like heads that you can interchange, but it has 3 different suction modes, and then it has a little music on it which he really likes, and then there's light coming out of it which kind of distracts them, and then there's one more thing. Oh, just the power button. But yeah, those are like all the main things that I really liked and still use to this day after a whole year of having him. As they get older, you know, like a jumper or like a little playpen, that too. But these things are really good to put on your registry and have gifted to you, because they're just like everyday things, you know. You want to bring up one thing that I don't think is necessary is a wipe warmer. I've done some research, and I know sometimes they get a little bit goopy, and then also your baby's gonna get used to like warm wipes, and then that's just a whole other thing. Honestly, the cold wipes have not been a problem for us. He's been fine with regular wipe. They're not even that cold, honestly. Those are the main things. Some essentials for the baby. Yeah, I'll try to link everything down in the description. So that was everything that has been useful for us and convenient for us to take care of our baby. Not every baby is gonna like everything that you have, but most of these things have worked out well for us. And this is just my experience that I'm sharing. I hope you find some use out of this video, and if you do, let me know. If you have any questions, ask them down below in the comment section. If I think of anything else, I'll put in the description like I said. And yeah, if you like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!